Interior, Dulan Prison. Information room, day. The information room is white in daylight. The printer spit out a new roster. Lin Zhichen lifts the page, squares it to the desk, and flattens it. Bu Ding stands before him with the trace of the no-sleep tear under his eye. Long stands nearby as if he happened to be passing through a room he controls. Lin Zhichen saying, "Roster has been adjusted." He pushed the paper across. Bu Ding looks down. The early morning are open. The outer gate's night checks are now a temporary study slip sits beside the roster. Bu Ding says, "I did not request this." Lin Zhichen says, "Not a request. Staffing needed." Bu Ding looks too long. Long does not look back yet. He slides the second page forward, square and quiet. Long say, "Young eyes, bright eyes." Then, seeing more is not a bad thing. Bu Ding does not take the page. His hands stay on the edge of the roster. Long says, "Learning new things is not a bad thing either." The rain cools. Lin keeps organizing paper like he hears nothing. But he understands. Long understands that he understands. Long says, "Just do not study your way out of the position." Outer gate tonight, you. Bu Ding says, "I'm not outer gate." Long says, "You are now." The printer goes quiet. Bu Ding folds the duty sheets once, carefully, and put it into his pocket without saying anything. Lin Zhichen says, "Acknowledge received it." Bu Ding says, "I received." Lin Zhichen says, "On paper." Bu Ding looks at the central lines, a small blank space trying to become the conscience. Bu Ding says, "I will sign after I see the post order." Lin looks at, finally interesting. Long saying, "You think this is negotiation?" Bu Ding says, "No, procedure." The wall lands in the room wearing the package uniform. Long smiles with no warmth. Long says, "Then read carefully." He taps the page. Long says, "Read the post order, then decide how much notes you can afford." Bu Ding takes the paper post order. He does not open the prison notebook in front of them. A decision point does not announce itself. Sometimes it looks more than a schedule. Interiors, Dulan Prison, corners outside information day. Vino waits around the corner with a stack of fire that is obviously camouflage, putting canal with for the duty slips and the post order. Vino says, "You look promoted in a bad way." Bu Ding says, "Outer gate tonight." Vino says, "This is not your post." Bu Ding says, "It learned my name." Vino glances back toward the information room. Vino says, "You should be careful with people who can print in reality." Bu Ding says, "I'm learning to read before signing." He opened Maribu's pocket notebook just enough to write against the wall. Roster changed, outer gate night checks, no request made. Vino watched the line goes down. Vino says, "Boring." Bu Ding says, "That is the point." From the inside of the information runs, the printer starts again. Both men look toward the sun. Another page, another version of life. Exteriors, Dulan Prison, outer gate, loading area, night. The outer gate is empty berths. Then the prisoner was searchlights with concrete and the backguard along bouncing off all of it. A bus truck reversed toward the banks, putting Stan with temporary duty slip folded in his pocket. Vino stand beside him with the counterpart. Neither man waits a word. The truck stopped. The driver lowered his window and hands out the manifest. Driver says, Routed supply mental transfer. Follow the sheet. Vino checked the page, then the rear of the truck. Vino says, she says 8. She looked at the stacked carton inside. Vino says, truck says 12. But he thinks the same thing. He does not step forward. His eye moved to steel. Wrong number. Driver says, you are loading or waiting a novel? Vino glanced around for a moment but do not hear. Pudding takes the manifest and looked once, twice. It felt like yesterday placed on the floor again to see if he was kicking. Vino said, don't bite. They are holding the hook. Pudding gave the manifest back and then he turned slightly as if fixing his sleeve. The pocket notebook comes out just enough. 21 to 43. T Tango Charlie Alco dash 7A12. Serial Echo Alpha Lima 004118. Sheet 8 trunk 12. Vino said, you still weren't writing? Pudding said, if I do not, in 2 days the only day a version exists. He closed the notebook and pressed it back into his chest pocket. A garden chart rolled into the lines. Empty poles, dump slots, a fold draft. Chen Shunhe imitated gender. Proceeded like a slow walk if the safety speeds. When the truck door opened, 2 of-administered cartons slid behind the chart. The trap droves, smooth, positive, practicing. Chen noticed Pudding's pocket. Chen Shunhe said, garden things can sit anywhere. Look no one. Your little book should loom that. First they entered the searchlights. Mary Rhines read the trucks, read the pudding, then to read the pocket without asking. He takes the manifest from Vino. Vino to say, do what you can see, keep the rest small. Pudding says nothing. Only stand a little stranger. From above lens, a security camera blinking framed. Nobody looks up. Exterior ex a ground school, runway fence, day. Cross flattens the glass beyond the fence. Fabian held Pudding's training records. Peggy stand beside it, now rescuing with her face. Fabian's ground floor improved. Radio is still in. Serious dinner. Pudding takes the without the joke. Fabian saying this week I need to see clean go or not go decision. Pudding saying this week. Fabian says it will not wait until you are comfortable. Fabian calls a folder. Fabian says if you cannot decide, you stay here. He walked back toward the office, a trainer lights at a runway's end. Engine note rising, Pegasus watch. The trainer studied its text of roll. Pegasus that there is a point where you cannot be half going or half leaving. The aircraft accelerate, no scale light. Peggy says that is the decision point. But saying if you will regret it after, Peggy said, then you take it out. He turns to him. Peggy says, flying does not hate fear. It hates the pretending you still have a choice after you use it. A trainer left off, Pudding watched the client's wing cutting straight down to his column. He does not move. Gosling.